and give your colleagues something to talk about.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. So this is Jason English with English's
Dumpin' Junk here in Colusa, California.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna do less talking because that's one of my problems in these damn interviews. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm here from Colusa. I'm the fleet manager here at Hoblet Ford.
Yep.
So this turned out to just be a side gig, something I could do on the side so I could have a good write-off. It all started with the downturn of 2020 and car business going south, so I had to draw my retirement out. So in order to do that, the big hit I took tax-wise, I was like, I've got to find something to purchase, something that I can do on the side that's not going to affect me here. So that's how it all started. It's just really convenient. I can drop a bin on the way to work.
Yep.
7:30 takes me 10 minutes. I can pick that same bin up after work, drop it the next morning at the dump, and then run it on the weekend as well. So that's how it all kind of turned out.
That's awesome. Did you start with the 3 bins or just one?
It's a funny story. I actually shopped and found this MaxxD setup that I got with a triple axle trailer out here on the West Coast with 3 bins, and this setup, the way it is, was about $52,000. In Ohio, I found a little Amish dealership in Ohio that was selling it for $39,900.
Jeez.
So the wife and I felt it was a good trip, so we took us a week to run out and run back.
Right.
With the fuel involved, I don't know that it was such a big savings, but we got to see the country, and I hauled 3 bins back on this trailer.
Yeah. So this 2020 F250?
That's a 2022 F250.
22, okay.
With the trimmer package and the upgrade package, so combined to haul 30,000 pounds.
Wow.
And this trailer is a 21,000 GVW, so I can haul my 9,000 pound skid steer in there and do dirt jobs, cleanups, everything else.
Nice. So do you, would you say that most of your business is just doing bin rentals to people like cleaning out a property that got trashed or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I try and specifically do, is because it's too time consuming for me working 2 jobs to use the skid steer much. So my plan is just to do bin rents and let them load them. Occasionally I'll load it myself or load it with the skid steer, but primarily it works out a lot better if they load it. I'm just in and out picking it up.
And you've got some property that you can keep your bins on.
I've got 4.5 acres in Grimes, California over there, so I needed the skid steer for that anyways. So I got a mower attachment, I've got the grapple attachment. I can cut trees down, move the trees, everything on my place. So it's kind of just a little side business that I've got, just for my property, and it works out good if somebody needs to rent it.
Yeah. How have you been, or how have you liked the MaxxD system? And can you tell me what you like about this system versus maybe what you would change if you were building it different?
The MaxxD, I like there's not a thing I don't like about this MaxxD setup, other than the fact that when I got it, it had the cheap tires on it, and I wore them off in no time. One other thing they could do, if they would learn from it at the factory, is that back license plate. They mounted it from the top down, so it drug and about ripped it off. So if they just mount the bottom up on the frame so it can't drag, that's another annoying thing. Other than those 2 things, I think making it a little bit easier to grease, and a few things like that. I love the automatic tarping system.
Yeah, so that's a US auto tarp.
Yes.
And is that on the same remote as your winch?
Yes, that is the tarp. Actually, no, the winch is all on a remote. That has a button on the side of the trailer to roll that up.
Yeah. And how's the battery? How many ins and outs can you do on that?
I've never actually ran the battery
down. Okay.
And I actually have a extension cord at home that I can plug in when I get home.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm running it every day, I never have a problem.
Yeah. So you've got the quick drop legs.
Quick drop legs.
That's nice.
The gooseneck setup came from Ford, so it all came ready to go. Yeah. Haven't had a problem. Love it.
That's really nice. And then the winch, what's that rated for?
I believe the winch is 12,000 pounds, which cost me way more than anything you want to load in there. I've picked up a bin My heaviest bin was 5,500 pounds full of lath and plaster.
Okay.
And I barely got it to pull on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I've had my bins full of dirt, like I said, all the way to the very top. They're 15-yard bins.
Okay.
And it dumped it, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Are they barn doors or one swing out?
They're both barn doors.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it's amazing the quality of this trailer set.
Yeah. All right. So question for you: you've spent 39 plus the truck plus you had the skid steer on your property.
I bought the skid steer for $70.
Okay.
Luckily, I work at a Ford dealership. This is an $80,000 truck. I got it for $72,500.
It's really nice.
And then I spent $40, like I say, on the trailer setup. And then when people try and tell you you're charging too much, it's kind of funny, you know.
Yeah, like, they don't know what goes into it.
$250 is all I'm charging you.
Right.
For a week rent, and I've got to pay for the fuel, so.
Fuel, dump fees, insurance.
Yeah. Else. So it's like, if you guys want to go spend all the money, go spend all the money.
I guess the question is, you're in a kind of small town here. You've got the big boy Recology who tries to keep you out.
They're trying to keep me kicked out all the time, so everybody's calling me because of word of mouth. I'm very easy, like I got a call this morning, somebody wanting the bin for tomorrow. I already dropped the bin off. I went home for lunch, grabbed the bin, dropped it off. Just the stuff Recology doesn't care about doing is what keeps me
customer service.
Customer service.
Would you do this business again on the side? Do you plan on doing this for a long time?
I plan on just keeping it going and letting it grow.
Yeah.
Buying more bins. I've already got customers that would like a full-time bin. So once I start getting full-time bins, I think it'll just make a lot more money and a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I just get troubled with people wanting me to go too far. Like I have a customer right now, it's a good friend of mine wanting me to go to Stony Ford. Well, if I go to Stony Ford, I'm talking an hour up there, an hour back.
Right.
And then you have to go back again to get it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So well, that's really cool business. I appreciate you showing me, Jason. And you know, maybe we can insert some photos of your equipment and stuff. You could just text them to me or something.
I'll text you some pictures. My skid steer just sits in the garage.
Yeah, that's a nice place for one.
Yeah. But it's made my life a lot easier on the ranch, taking care of things.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, obviously a nice truck and having bins and having a skid steer is convenient for you personally, but then you can ride it off and make some income.
I can put my mower on my skid steer, and I've got hedges that just overgrow, and I can just chop my hedges. It's just when I do that kind of stuff, it really makes it.
Is it a mulcher or what kind of a?
It's just a regular swinging blade mower.
Yeah.
But it mulches and it'll chop the heck out of those bushes I've got.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, appreciate your time and definitely it's been great chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks.
All righty. Yep.